So it is time for Hammers on location. Cameron Diaz and crew. Thor, the ladies are fired up. Let's talk about the other woman.
Yes, a female-centric comedy that centers around Cameron Diaz, who's dating Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones. She realizes he's married to Leslie Mann, so Diaz and Mann accidentally meet. They strike up a friendship. Then they realize he's actually three-timing them with supermodel Kate Upton. Have a look.
Housekeeper called. A pipe burst in the bathroom.
So you're going to Connecticut now?
I gotta take a rain check.
I'm looking for Mark. You must be his housekeeper.
No, I'm his wife, Kate. Is this some kind of strippergram or something?
Happened. He's got a wife.
Okay, Thor, we know these ladies have done comedy and done comedy well in the past, but does this play out as funny or just uncomfortable with this plot line?
You know what? It's not all that uncomfortable, but a lot of the gags and the jokes I've seen so many times before, including the classic tired old laxative in the drink joke. I am so done with that bit in movies. The problem here is that you've got a great cast of mainly female performers, and they're not really empowered in these roles, so they don't have a lot to work with. Cameron Diaz continues to sort of stumble along in these throwaway roles. Leslie Mann just seems way more screechier and sort of more ranting than This Is 40, and I actually enjoyed her in that film. And Kate Upton, I mean, she was literally just hired for her look. She has not a shred of acting talent, I'm sorry to say. And the other bizarre casting move was Nicki Minaj, the rap superstar, kind of plays Cameron Diaz's personal secretary in this film, and she was horrible too. So I thought it was a mishmash of just generic jokes. Does have some moments, but overall it was just a mediocre comedy at best, I would say.
Driven by the female perspective, anything for the guys in this one before we get to the Hammers?
Sadly, no. I don't think the guys are really going to enjoy this one too much if they get dragged out on date night.
Okay, how many Hammers for the other woman?
A disappointing 2 out of 5.
You look so depressed about it, too. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I had high hopes.
Let's talk about Colin Firth in the Railway Man. We know this man is good at playing the roles when he faces turmoil, but how does he fare in this one?
Very interesting story, based on a true one, in fact, of the memoirs of a World War II British soldier who was taken into captivity by Japanese soldiers. He was in an internment camp, forced to work on the railroad, which is now in present-day Myanmar. The story starts in 1980. He's recounting his days in the war, dealing with his haunting past. He realizes that the soldier responsible for a lot of the atrocities against him is still alive, so he seeks retribution to go and find him. You know what? This is a very slow-moving, moody piece. It's not quite the bridge on the River Kwai, which is where that movie sort of took place in. And Nicole Kidman, though, does a very sort of unglamorous turn in this movie as his love interest. It's grounded by some solid acting from Colin Firth and the rest of the cast. The music kind of swells in some melodramatic parts a little bit too much for me. But I could say this is a very interesting drama with some good character examination. So despite its flaws, I can actually recommend The Railway Man. It was an interesting flick.
How many Hammers to close it out, Thor?
3 out of 5, baby. There you go.
Circus Quest Fun, still coming our way. Did a great job with that one. Thanks, Thor. Got to get to traffic right now. See you in a bit.